Welcome back, everybody, to Right Man in the Wrong Place. My name is Luke Tatum, and I react to music. I'm so happy that you're here, choosing to spend more of your time with me, checking out music. We're going back into Opeth once again. This is another donation request. If you have a donation request, you can find the link right there below me. And it's buy me a coffee. Just whatever you're comfortable with, let me know. We can work something out if you aren't sure quite how to proceed, but I just like to find good music, and I always want to prioritize those that are supporting the channel to the extent that they're able to do that. Super appreciate y'all. This donation request is from Daniel, who goes by Syph on YouTube, and he would like me to return to the Ghost Reveries album, which I've been very excited to do. So thrilled to hear another song from that. This is The Grand Conjuration. Ghost Reveries, of course, is their 2005 album. And I do have to say, some of the coolest stuff that I've heard so far from Opeth, well, I don't know if I can even say that because I'm hearing so much good stuff now from different albums, different periods. But some of my favorite stuff has been from this album. Really excited to hear more of it. And without further ado, let's do it. The Grand Conjuration by Opeth. Okay, there's no way that anyone would know this because I don't think I've said it on the channel, but one of my absolute favorite things in the universe is quick percussion, like aggressive, well, not necessarily even aggressive, but just quick, you know, fast-paced percussion on top of long notes. Okay, like could be like a symphony when you got some kind of crazy breakbeat thing. Like drum and bass will do this a lot. It's not like I listen to drum and bass all the time. So it's kind of weird mismatch there between what I'm saying and what I actually do with my time. But when you've got just masterful, well-crafted, quick-paced drumming on kind of some more emotive, swelling notes, that kind of stuff. DJ Shadow has some really good stuff in his older material, like Introducing, but very like an Endless Sporadic, Hawken, Dream Theater, kind of stuff going on right at the very beginning of this. And then you get into that groove right away where the drums are like, oh yeah, okay, what's going on here? And then you've got the guitar kind of playing these longer, drawn out, held notes. It's really cool. Start from the beginning. Really cool transition. That is just awesome. Crazy vocal timbre right here. If I could find the right key on my keyboard, that would help. Cool. Yeah, okay, we're definitely gonna go back for a second and hear that again. I always will talk about the panning of the drums and whatnot. Really nice high toms, and so rock music, typically, you've got a lot of, like, real bassy, low tom sounds, like floor toms, and it makes it kinda more tribal. I mean, Tool does that all the time, Danny Carey and everything. Um, Mike Portnoy does that a lot too, a lot of drummers do that. But really high pitched toms, like, these are probably, oh, I don't know, maybe a 6-inch tom, maybe even smaller than that. These toms that start this little transition piece into the next segment here, really cool, really out of place. I don't think I've heard a nice high tom like that in any of the Opeth tracks we've heard so far. I could be wrong, but they're panned way over the left. They kind of move across the drum set. One of my favorite things in the world. Just awesome. That was totally awesome. Right there. Kind of acoustic guitar sounding thing that's going on my right here. That little thing, great. This is weird, kind of like grumbling sound somewhere back here. It's kind of hard for me to place it, honestly. I have no idea what that is. Really interesting. I expect it's going to get louder or something and lead to another transition to another segment of the song. But yeah, really wild sound. Very intense. It kind of, like I say, it's hard to place this grumbling noise. It's like somewhere back here. It almost feels like it's creeping up on me. Wild. This is great.
Don't get up in the birds in your door.
That's cool. That was nice. That was really nice. I couldn't find a good place to pause. I was just gonna have to do here again, we have this strings, it's kinda like long protracted notes. Protracted's probably not the right word for music here, but these kinda, long held string, emotive like orchestra notes, and you've got the drums just chugga 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 chugga, just going at it, and it's great. It's exactly what I want out of life. Kind of syncopation going on when drums are more or less 4/4 here. Rhythm guitars all over. Like the chorus, basically. I really like it when he sings like this. It's a new drum in here. Not sure what drum that is. It's some kind of a conga, bongo, djembe, something like that. It sounds like it anyway. It's a little muted. Whispering. I hate to pause again. Drums are really, really cool right here that it's not, just um, a bass tap, like a standard rock pattern here. Not to say that Opeth is typically in a 4/4 basic rock pattern, but this this cat 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 cat. On the snare, it's sort of this like it's almost a nice predictable thing, but you've got the doubled note at the beginning. There's a lot of motion here for it being relatively the same, if that makes sense. You know, if it was every other beat on the 2 and the 4, then it's okay, you know exactly what's going. There's no change except for maybe a drum fill. When you've got this kind of thing going on, then it feels like there's a lot more motion, even though the drums are not really what's moving right now, right? It's a set pattern, but it creates this feeling of movement in the song. It's really intense. I guess with all the whispering and all that, this is the point in the song. I haven't said anything about the lyrics, but this is the point in the song where the spirits or whatever's being conjured in the grand conjuration is flooding out and filling the space. It was really, this is intense. Really, really good. I say intense almost every video when I'm talking about Opeth, but there you go. That's what it is. Oh, and now he's changed up the drum pattern right after I said all that. Okay, drum nerd stuff, sorry. Now what he's doing on the snare, this ta 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 ta. Is that what he's doing? Hold on. Ta 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 ta. That pattern, it's either called a clave or a reverse clave. If you've ever seen people holding a little piece of wood, a long round piece of wood, piece of wood, and then they have another one. It looks like a fat drumstick. And they play them together. You kind of create a resonance chamber with your hand. I'm not sure if you can see this. Yeah. And so you lay the stick in here, you hit the other stick on top of it, and it creates this kind of like dook, dook sound. It's called a clave. The instrument's called a clave. The pattern that you play with the clave is either what we're hearing here or a kind of reverse version of it. And they're called the clave and the reverse clave. And that's just what that is. I'm sorry. Let's listen to the rest of the song. It changes what his like snare pattern is like a lot here, which is cool. Bongos. Is that it? I'm going to start talking, even though there's 30 seconds left. Maybe this is the last song in the album or something. But just in case something else pops up, we'll listen to the rest of it. I did the wrong thing on one song one time where I missed something at the very end, and I'll never live it down. So, really, really good. There's nice 11-minute track, although I guess it's really more like 10 and a half since there's nothing happening right now. What do I want to say here? It's really just another side of Opeth. Like, this has got the aggressive stuff that I'm kind of used to at this point. Okay, there was no other song stuff happening. But there's a lot of sides to Opeth, right? You've got this aggressive stuff, You've got this like piano, melancholy, really sad type stuff. You've got this melancholic longing, over regrets in life kind of stuff. You've got the strings. I hear a lot of strings in some of these recent Opeth songs, which I don't know how they implement that live. I've only done the one live reaction, which was Ghost of Perdition. And so I don't know how they really implement all that when they're on stage, but certainly they've incorporated a lot of strings, a lot of orchestral instruments. This, I mean, it was almost like I'm in concert band again. You've got the clave thing that came into my mind. You've got the bongos. I say bongos. I know people say bongos, and it's like, oh, every hand drum is a bongo. I think it actually is a bongo to my ear, although it's not like I've played a bongo in a while, so it could have been a conga or a djembe or some of these other instruments. I'm not sure on that. But in any case, you got a kind of a more tribal, non-standard drum being incorporated into the track, which is interesting. I didn't hear anything in the lyrics or read anything in the lyrics that specifically would associate with that kind of instrumentation. So that's kind of an interesting feature. Very welcome though. It sounded great in this track. And yeah, so there's these multiple sides to Opeth, to go back to that point. And this sort of incorporates a few of them in a way that I haven't quite heard yet. I really like. As always, absolute blast listening to Opeth. Daniel, thank you. Thank you for the donation. Thank you for the request. I will get this one out and look forward to more Opeth. I've got another requester who's got an Opeth track pending, so very excited to continue to explore that library. If I was going to do an Opeth album reaction, which album would I do? I'd love to know your thoughts. Everyone watching, what are your thoughts? In the comments, let me know what album is front to back amazing from Opeth, and it's worth doing all of the songs in order. So I'll look out for your responses. I'd like to do an Opeth album next for my album reactions. It's very tricky to get those going, but I will. And if you have a donation request, if you would like to make sure that I get to it in a reasonable amount of time, leave them in the comments. I do read every comment, but if you want to get it done soon, check down here, buy me a coffee, and I will prioritize your requests that have a donation associated with them. Thank you all very much. Until next time, the right man in the wrong place can make all the difference in the world.